the magic number.
I love Donkey and Fiona and Puss in Boots.
It's kind of fun to watch Fiona grow up.
Now I feel like I'm part of a group.
Just open to go on adventure with them.
The cast of Shrek is back.
Okay, you have a very full day filling in for the king and queen. There are several functions that require your attendance, sir.
Great. Let's get started.
Meet the cast of Shrek the Third, with Mike Myers as Shrek.
Hey, you are one funny kitty cat.
Eddie Murphy as Donkey.
Smiles, everyone, smiles!
Cameron Diaz as Fiona.
Move it, go, 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 go.
Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots.
Olé!
Julie Andrews as Queen Lily. Yeah. And Rupert Everett as Prince Charming.
What does a prince have to do to get a drink around here?
That Charming makes me hotter than July.
Ew.
Good morning to you and you and you.
New to Shrek the Third is comedian John Krasinski as the smart-mouth Lancelot.
Unhand me, monster.
And Grammy-winning superstar Justin Timberlake as Arthur.
If you ask me, I think the old Shrekker here could stand to skip a meal or 3, if you know what I'm saying.
Young Justin Timberlake, who is bringing sexy back all over America.
Have you guys been slaving away in the Shrek world?
We have been.
Artie is a quintessential teenager, I think. He's not the coolest kid in school. All of a sudden, he goes from being sort of an outcast to, you know, Shrek shows up and says, hey, you're the next king.
And you're gonna be king. Yeah, right.
Justin came in, he asked a lot of really good questions about Artie. He helped us figure out who Artie was, and he lit him up.
I'm building my city, people.
On a rock and roll.
Artie's kind of a smart aleck, so that plays on the whole film. And Shrek is obviously short-tempered, and so they butt heads for a lot of the film.
Help! I've been kidnapped by a monster trying to relate to me.
Artie and Shrek are on their way back to Far, Far Away, and they come across Merlin. Merlin happens to be an ex-high school teacher that Artie's familiar with, who used to teach magic.
Ah! Oops. Are you sure this is a good idea? Ow! Oh, great! Oh, no.
An exciting new member of the cast is Monty Python's Eric Idle as the rusty magician Merlin.
Alecraticious, expeditious, zoomy zoom zoom.
Merlin's normally this Welsh magician, you know, from the Dark Powers. He's a very mystical person in the Grail and all those legends. So then to reduce him into some kind of broken down old high school teacher of magic is, I think, very funny.
Technically, I was merely a victim of a level 3 fatigue. And at the request of my therapist and the school authorities, I have retired to the tranquility of nature to discover my divine purpose.
Merlin the Magician, played by the wonderfully talented genius Eric Idle from Monty Python. He turns me into Puss and turns Puss into the donkey, so I'm kind of like in the cat, and Antonio Banderas is in the donkey, and it's very funny.
Oh, no! I've been abracadabbered into a fancy feasting second-rate sidekick.
Oh.
Even without listening to the voice, you can tell that's not quite Puss. Oh, that must be Donkey.
Whoa! Yeah, and I have your badge number 10 cans.
My relationship with Donkey will be always bad, though we love each other very much.
So you two think this is funny?
Creates a tremendous amount of comedy. I like the body of my cat very much.
I know everything's a little fruity in the loops right now, but what happened is we went to high school and the boat crashed and we got bippity-boppity-boop by the magic man.
The fighting force of fairy tale princesses is voiced by the multi-talented Amy Sedaris and the sharp-tongued ladies from Saturday Night Live, Amy Poehler, Sherry O'Terry, and Maya Rudolph.
A solid group of performers, comedians, and they're all amazing.
Are you ready for notes?
Yeah. They're incredible at improv. They just come with a Rolodex of ideas. So you give them a little and they give back so much more.
Rapunzel sort of has, you know, her arc here, maybe. I love it. Maybe a death scene. I love it.
Sleeping Beauty sleeps all the time, and Rapunzel is sort of a traitor in a way. Snow White sings eternally, and Cinderella just wants everything to be squeaky clean and nice.
Gotta clean, gotta clean, gotta clean. Bright and shiny kittens. This is nice, really nice.
Princesses are kind of the early diva, I would say.
We need to talk.
They're spoiled. They don't have a lot of responsibility. They never really had to do anything for themselves. And Fiona is quite the opposite.
Okay, girls, from here on out, we're gonna take care of business ourselves. Fiona knows that she has to sort of defend the kingdom, and the girls are sort of very much ready to just sort of lay down and play princess. What are you doing?
Waiting to be rescued.
You've got to be kidding me. They haven't yet realized large.
This character has been really fun to play because she gets to be a little bratty and a little bossy, but she also gets to be really fierce and strong and fun. Shut up, Cindy.
Yeah, shut up. No, you shut up. Just stay out of this.
Having all of the famous Fable characters, it's almost like a where are they now Fable characters? You know, to bring back all of these characters you remember when you were a kid. But the humor is just so wonderful, and there's so many subtleties in the characters that makes it so much fun to watch.
I'm sorry, but this just isn't working for me. Everything's always about you, isn't it? It's not like your attitude is helping, Snow.
All the princesses are played by great comic ladies, and I was really honored to be a part of that little group. It's pretty amazing.
To round out the supporting cast, the production team went back to high school to give their old school a new school kind of flavor.
We're here at John Burroughs High School, and they've been gracious enough to allow us to record the marching band for Shrek the Third.
Really good. It sounds great, you guys. It does. It sounds great.
A big part of our movie of Shrek the Third is a medieval high school, and we are trying to sort of populate it with real people, with people who would be in a high school, and we're kind of twisting the idea of what a high school in medieval time might have been like, and of course there's going to be a marching band. So we figured we might as well get the real thing to do the music.
Good, that's better. We got to really hold back. Here we go again. I think it's amazing. I think it's great for the kids. They've never had a recording experience like this before.
The tempo doesn't change here, so it's just waiting, like, what's it gonna be like? What is it gonna be when we have those 60 kids on stage, you know, playing this music? And they kept their cool, they kept their eye on the prize, and they nailed it.
Ready? Okay! Whipper up the headed to the top!
And some cheerleaders at a local high school were equally enthusiastic to call out a cheer for Shrek.
Getting reference footage, like going to the high school, watching the cheerleaders kind of do their thing, really gives us a good feel in the moment of, okay, cheerleaders have to be kind of bubbly, they have certain moves and poses that we know we need to hit for our animation to kind of be believable.
My stomach aches and my palms just got sweaty. Must be a high school.
Shrek is this lovable creature that's sort of really, he's part everyman, and yet he's so very different from every man. He's just utterly lovable. He's got great common sense, and he's puzzled by life, and yet somehow he manages to make it work.
Mike brings a tremendous amount of care to this character and to this series. You know, he, of all of us, really thinks, I think, so in depth about who Shrek is, what his journey is, and how to best be true to that journey.
I know it's hard to believe with my obvious charm and good looks, but people used to think of me as a villain.
It's very satisfying to be like on a subway platform or walking along the street, and parents go, hey, that's the voice of Shrek, and the kids get super crazy excited. And actually, it's not even just little kids, which is nice. It's like pretty much every age group.
People come up to me all the time. I mean, more than any film, they love Shrek. They want so much to say how much it means to them.
I love you! Yeah! Oh, me too! You!
You go out and these little kids that know all the dialogue in the scene of a movie. That's a trip, you know, to see a little 3 or 4 year old come up and, you know, can do this whole scene. And they're doing it all proud.
Oh, come over here. All of you, give your daddy a big hug.
Every woman, since I have done this character, I love your cat. They don't say, I love Zorro anymore.
You are the love of my life. As are you.
I feel very proud of being part of this. If there is another one, and another one, and another one, I am more than happy.